Today I am talking about how to organize a heavy class load. And the reason I wanted to talk about this today was that one time I just forgot to take a test. I was in a class where my grade was made up of 3 tests, so it was a third of my grade, and I just forgot to do it. I just forgot. While I sincerely hope that this has never happened to any of you, I know we all have trouble sometimes staying on top of our assignments. And this is partly because online students, sometimes it feels like we're in charge of every aspect of our education. It can be really overwhelming sometimes. I know that I personally used to have a lot of trouble keeping up with everything and not letting anything slip through the cracks. My freshman year of college was especially difficult. When I first arrived at college, I became super depressed because I wasn't performing like I was used to, and at the same time I was diagnosed with ADD. This actually turned out to be a really good thing because I was able to overcome it through this method of organization and study techniques that I'm about to show you. Although you may think that you don't need a new method of organization, what I'm about to show you could take you to the next level as a student. Imagine always being on top of your assignments and actually being able to delve into your studies instead of always stressing about wondering if you've done everything that you need to do for the week. In these next 4 steps, you will learn how to organize a class load of any size. Step 1 is to organize a college-ruled 3-subject notebook. First off, if you enjoy pretty things, make this an art project. Turn it into something that you can really get into and be excited about putting your assignments into. Since I have 6 classes, I put 2 classes per subject. If you have 2 or fewer classes, then just buy 1 subject. But no more than 2 classes per subject or it gets too messy. Alternatively, you could use 1 small notebook per subject if you really wanted to keep things separate. Step 2. At the end of every week, write down everything you have to do for the next week. I use different colored washi tape to tab each page and to keep each subject separate. Try to keep each class's schedule on a separate page and then take notes in the following pages. That way it separates weeks out and you can always find your notes according to the week that you took them. Step 3. Prioritize. This is how I keep things from falling through the cracks. Use numbered tabs made out of sticky notes at the top of each page to remember which due dates are coming up first. As the week goes on, remember to reprioritize as needed. Step 4. Establish an effective study routine. Without one, prioritizing is pointless. I use something called the Pomodoro technique. How this works is that you study for 25 minutes and you set a timer, and then once that timer goes off, you take a 5-minute break. When you do that every 4th time, you'll take a 10-minute break. I can do this for about 4 hours at a time before my brain starts to be fried, but it really helps if you are easily distracted like I am. If a distraction pops into your head while you're studying, then you just write it down in a margin, and as soon as your break comes, you can pay attention to that distraction. And then once you're finished with it, then you cross it off, and it feels like you haven't just ignored it and it's not still there nagging at the back of your head. In summary, if you're really strict with yourself in organizing and prioritizing your schoolwork, it becomes a lot easier to get things done. Establishing a study routine with scheduled breaks helps minimize distractions, which is especially helpful for students with ADD like me. Organizing a class load of any size properly is the best way to get the grades that you deserve. Thank you.